يا طالب العلم قم لا تنم فإن الزمان يا طالب العلم قم لا تنم.
Assalaamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursaleen. Nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een. Firstly, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Waqas. I'm your brother in Islam, and I run an organization in Pakistan called Al-Islaah. I would also like to take this time to thank our brothers at Digital Mimbar for granting us permission to use their platform to show our brothers and sisters all over the world the projects that we are undertaking and to appeal for funds for future projects in Pakistan, inshallah. We aim to raise a sum of £3,500 for this, but more on that a bit later. Now, we made this video primarily for two reasons. Firstly, to highlight the danger of inactivity on the future of the Ummah of Islam. Secondly, to show the projects that we are undertaking and to encourage our brothers and sisters to do likewise in their respective communities. Now, whether we like it or not, whether we agree or not, we must all accept the fact that the whole world has become one very small village, that there is one way of life that is being readily accepted by the majority of humanity, even by the majority of the Muslims, to such an extent that music, movies and free mixing have become the norm, to such an extent that when we look at a person now, we cannot call that person for what he or she is anymore. To such an extent that when we send our children to schools, we cannot even control what they're learning in schools. Unfortunately, we can see how the Muslims are being humiliated all over the world, and how we are being blamed for the stupidity and ignorance of the very few of us, how we are being made to be the enemies. Now it is high time that we all ask ourselves a very important question, that whilst all of this is going on, whilst all of this is going on, whilst I have breath in my body, whilst I am still alive, am I going to stay inactive while this is going on? Am I not going to make a difference and play my part? Now, if we look at our Sahaba radiyallahu anhum, we can see that when times of difficulty were upon them, they showed Allah the strength and beauty that was within them. Now, whether we like it or not, we are going to show Allah what is within us, whether good or bad. Allah tells us in the Qur'an,
أحسب الناس أن يتركوا أن يقولوا آمنا وهم لا يفتنون.
So whether we like it or not, those times of difficulty are upon us. Those times in which we find out the reality of a person, they are upon us. It is time for us to turn to Allah. It is time for us to stand up and take responsibility. It is time for us to call Allah, Ya Allah, I am here to serve your deen. I am here to protect your deen. I am here to safeguard the future of your deen. And for those of us who like to put the blame unjustly on the shoulders of our youth, in these times that we're living in, I have no right, nor does anyone have a right to blame the youth collectively when we are not living up to the responsibility that Allah has placed on our shoulders, when we are not giving them their rights and their haqq. We don't have time for games anymore. I must accept that it is my fault. We all must accept that it is our fault, that we are deficient in our roles. I need to be the father that they deserve. I need to be the older brother that they deserve. I need to be the barrier between them and the fitan, between them and the trials and tribulation that we find ourselves in. In this time of the mobile phone and the internet, we have no other choice. It is either protect them or leave them to go to waste. We need our fathers to rise. We need our brothers to rise. We need our mothers and sisters to stand up and take responsibility. We need that protection, and we need it now. Here at Al-Islaah, Alhamdulillaah, we care very deeply for our youth, for our young brothers and sisters, for our young sons and daughters. The Prophet ﷺ said in a hadith in Sahih al-Bukhari wa Muslim, narrated by Aameen ibn Bashir, that the parable of the believers in their affection, mercy and compassion is that of a body. When one part of that body feels pain, the rest of the body suffers sleeplessness and fever. And wallahi, here at Al-Islaah, we feel that pain. Therefore, we started this initiative in order to bring our communities back together, in order for us to call our brothers and sisters who have drifted away from the deen, to call them back with love, kindness and compassion. And in order for us to give this deen its right, in order for us to convey this deen in the most professional manner possible. Here at Al-Islaah, we run a range of tarbiyah programs. We have weekly lectures. We have weekly youth clubs, a separate youth club for the young boys, a separate youth club for the young girls, a separate youth club for the older boys, and a separate youth club for the older girls. And Alhamdulillah, all success and results are from Allah and Allah alone. But we have seen some of the fruits of our efforts. We have seen some of the results of our projects in the current area. Now, what we want to do with the funds raised is take this system from city to city and from village to village throughout Pakistan. Now, we must recognize that our youth, many of them do not like the position that they're in. Many of them are very frustrated with the position they find themselves in. Many of them want to leave their mobile phones. They want to leave watching what they're watching. They want to leave the friends that they have. But we need to provide them with that support. We need to provide them with that environment in order to grow and flourish. Alhamdulillah, we have very high aspirations here at Al-Islaah, and we are very pleased with the current project in this village in Pakistan. But now it is time for us to make moves and inroads throughout Pakistan. We ask our brothers and sisters to support our cause by whatever means possible, whether it be by making sincere dua for us, whether it be by supporting us financially. If anyone does want to support us financially, they can do so by the Gofundme link in the description of this video. Or you can support us via the Facebook and YouTube accounts that we have on our social media outlets. And any help and support from you guys is greatly appreciated by myself and the team at Al-Islaah, and we ask Allah to accept all of your efforts. We must understand and recognize one very crucial point, that Allah is free from need. Allah's deen does not require my efforts or my money. It does not require your efforts or your money. It is simply a matter of us having a share in the inevitable success of Islam, and having a share in our akhirah, and in telling Allah and showing Allah that we choose the side of Allah over the side of shaitan. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us the tawfeeq to please Him, whether that be by supporting causes such as this, or by doing initiatives and projects like this in our respective communities. The goal and the objective is the rectification of the Muslims. Al-Islaah is irrelevant in that bigger picture. We ask Allah to grant us all Jannat al-Firdaus. Jazakumullahu khaira from your brother in Islam, Waqas, and all the team at Al-Islaah. Assalaamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.